So here is the name of this particular game in this segment. This book, Come Out of Hiding and Shine. I shared a little bit how I was approached by a publisher to bring this book forward. But the reason I chose this title and this journey is a little bit because of the story I shared with you earlier about coming out of hiding. That's been a lot of my journey and really discovering how to shine, to fully be seen. And this group of individuals, we actually had over 30 authors. We have, I think, around 20 today that were able to join us, that you're going to get to hear a little bit of their heartbeat. They're going to come up on stage. This is their opportunity to shine, and they're going to share with you their name, the title of their chapter, and they're going to share either a quote or a quick share from their chapter. And they have 60 seconds each to do this. We are going to be timing. That's right. And please give them support. Cheer them as they're sharing their heart with you, with what they have put together. Without further ado, I would love to introduce each of our amazing speakers. Speakers and co-authors. Come on up, a best-selling. Come on up. Mary Knipple.
Hello, everyone. The name of my chapter is Unleash the Good Girl Rebel. And the message that I want all of you to take away is that nobody can tell my story but me. Can you say that together? Nobody can tell my story but me. And when you do that, the message that God has planted on your heart to be received by the world will be out there unleashed. Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing and being part of this powerful book. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And Mary is an amazing ghostwriter. You want to write something, have her help you.
Can I have my next amazing co-author? This is the wonderful Samaya O'Grady.
The name of my chapter is Sleeping Beauty Awakens. As you can see, she is awake. So I'd like to read you just a little taste. In the depths of my being, my soul's divine agenda was making itself felt. I've come to understand that my soul is a deep inner place where my divine spark is enfolded. My soul wants its light to shine forth in the world, and it whispered to me. It whispered to my unconscious self, "Beloved, step out and shine." I listened, finally. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. And this is our amazing Gail Bodie. Woo!
The name of my chapter is Today I Get To. When I was about 5 years old, my grandfather was nearing the end of his life, and my grandmother and my mom told me to sit on this bench, and they would come back later and tell me what was going on. And I realized that I've been virtually sitting at that bench, waiting to know what was going on, waiting to be certain, waiting to know what was the right answers before I did anything. So I know now that I get to live my life the way I want. I get to do whatever I want, and whatever is important to me. So my tip to you is believe in yourself, go forward, and be valiant.
Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. Yep. Get it? Okay. And this, Macy's Shopping Buddy and amazing co-writer, Trisha Garrett. Please welcome her to the stage.
Hello. So the name of my chapter is We All Deserve to Shine. And for me, that I didn't always know that. And I'm still learning. Parts of me is still learning that I deserve to shine. And so my chapter basically talks about how there was a time of celebration and everyone had high hopes and was, all excited and everything, but then something happens and there was an immediate shift. And when that shift happened, it drastically changed my life. And I share with you a small piece of the journey that I went on to get back on track so that I could come out of hiding to shine. And some of the tips that I used was, one, is to develop a strong spiritual practice. And for me, that was so fundamental and key to me moving forward today in my life. And so I offer that up to you also. And the last thing I'll just say is, on your journey, just have fun, celebrate, and have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. And we're going to take a quick pause because I want you all to take a moment and see if something has touched your heart and what has been shared. How are you looking to come out of hiding and shine? You're going to keep hearing the heart and the wisdom from my fellow co-authors, that they shared their journey with you. So I want you to be listening for those gems. Remember that scroll that you can be filling out, the ways that you can bring magic into your life and share your magic with the world. Really come out of hiding and shine. So I want to make sure you're listening in for those gems, for those opportunities to really serve and support you, because this powerful group of individuals are here to help you shine as they're shining. So lean in and listen for those gems and opportunities. Our Empress Iris.
Thank you. So the title of my chapter is Joy as a Path to Power. You are an exquisite, unique thread in the tapestry of humanity. Step out of the shadows, illuminate the gifts of your magnificent wisdom, your radiant beauty, and power from the heart. Express your joy, express your love, and express your power as we elevate the vibrations of the planet together.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Come on up. Now, you've already gotten to hear the amazing Michael Ann, but let's experience her as the amazing co-author of Come Out of Hiding and Shine. So lean in, warmly welcome the amazing Michael Ann Conley to the show again. Woo!
I want to give you a little context. The title of my chapter is Meeting Destiny on the Road. And I chose that taking a quote from the late Richard Miles, who was my program chair in my degree in clinical holistic health education. And he was a pioneer in helping to transform healthcare. And here's what he had to say. Destiny is like a stick in the middle of the road that you try to ignore, but you keep tripping over it until you have to pay attention.
Wonderful. Come on up. And I want to make sure we get all of our co-authors when you're ready. I just don't want anyone missed. Hello again. This is our amazing Ronnie Joy Kressner. Let's welcome her to the center of the stage.
Thank you. I'm not going to fall off. My chapter is Break Down to Break Through. And here's a tip for you. Make gratitude and forgiveness exercise an important component every day of your life. They're powerfully transformative. And if you ever find yourself filled with regret or shame about something that's happened in your past, here's a quote from my book, something I tell myself often. That's who I was then, that's not who I am now.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, come on up. Yay, hello. This is our phenomenal Can Tell You the Future and How to Step Into It Powerfully. Kathleen Zemensky, welcome her to the stage.
Okay, how many of you I know that are healers out here that have probably undercut your prices or not charging your worth, given them away, traded them away? That was me. That's how I was hiding. So my tip for you is this. Always charge your worth. Never compromise, ever, ever, ever. You are so worth all of the study, all that you have done to give back to the world, and there's value behind that. This isn't in my book, but I did see this at Facebook. I had the luck to go through a tour, and I took a picture of it. And when I saw it, it just stopped me in my tracks. So this is for all you ladies out there. Charge like a man.
Beautiful. Thank you. We're going to pause one moment. Okay, so let's take a breath. Just feel in if there were some amazing tips or insights that you want to capture. Because each of these snippets are so powerful, I want to make sure you have time to absorb them and soak them in. And as we're processing some of what's been shared, I wanted to share a little bit of how this book works. Because when you have so many sections and chapters, that could get a little overwhelming, right? To know where to go. So here's how you can make this a living, interactive book. We actually have broken it into 5 sections. So depending on where your need is, where you're wanting a little bit more support, you can choose the section that's going to support you. So maybe you're not really feeling like you're beautifully and wonderfully made, like that's where you're feeling like you need a little support. You can flip right to that section. Or perhaps you're struggling with, am I really enough? We have a section and chapters to support you in that. Perhaps you know, I'm ready, I know I need to do this, I know I need to step forward, but I'm hesitating with really choosing to do it. We've got a section there for you. So the way that you can really use this book powerfully is to pause. Think about where you're needing support so we can walk alongside you to really empower you and where you're called to go. We want to walk beside you. We want to help you be that beam of light, really be willing to come out of hiding and shine. So as we go through our shares, be leaning into that spark, that piece that's going to help you be seen just a little bit more. Or I want to have a deeper conversation with that person, or that's the chapter I want to lean into. Really use this as a time to support you as we speak our heart, our wisdom into you. Wonderful. Anna? So, welcome to the stage. Oh, I'm ready to do fairy dust. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Things to come. I meant to grab this. So there'll be a fairy dust moment soon.
You are beautiful.
Thank you. I am so... Thank you. I appreciate that. No one caught it, though. They were just going with it. I love it. So I want to introduce our next amazing co-author. We met a number of years ago and been on the journey together. So please lean in and warmly welcome Ana Fatima Costa to the Costa, make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Costa to the center of the stage.
Have you had a vision that came true? Raise your hands. And dreams? Okay. That's what happened when I went into a manifesting room and somebody handed me a baby. And in the next year, I got pregnant, got married, and I traveled to the Soviet Union to give birth to my baby. It was a vision. Did I want to go? Hell no. I wanted to stay home and nest. But every time I got scared, I went inside and I asked, please help me, help me, help me. And I would get very still and I would hear, go our daughter, all is well. And that has become my motto. Every time I get scared stepping out onto a stage and getting bigger and sharing my love and my skills and my talents and my dreams and my passion with the world, I go in and I connect with that stillness and I hear, go our daughter, all is well. Thank you.
Very powerful. Thank you. It's all good. I can come. Come on up. Our next amazing co-author, all the way from Canada, is the amazing Carmel Pelly. Welcome her to the center of the stage.
My chapter is called Wandering Girl, Abundant Woman. And what I'd like to share is that it doesn't matter where you are today or where you have come from, that you still can have it all because you are worth it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Come on up. Hello. Welcome. So this is our next amazing co-author. I thought I lost you for a minute. It's the shadow. I wasn't. Warning on the edge there. But we've known each other for a while, and it's been a rich experience to go into this chapter and experience you in this way. So a real treat. Each of these chapters, I got to learn another facet of all of these amazing individuals. So excited to have you share your facet here. So Nancy Monson, welcome to the center of the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. So the name of my chapter is The Dark Night That Spawned My Liberation. I woke one morning about 3 a.m. in a dark room, and I had no idea where I was. I panicked, and eventually I saw a strip of light, which I remembered was a hotel door. Slowly, I remembered I was in a hotel room, but I wasn't sure what city I was in, what state I was in. I was a consultant on the road, working a million zillion hours, and I had burned myself out. Right after I finally remembered I was in a hotel room, I had a panic attack. I had a dark night. I don't know if any of you know about the dark night of the soul. This was truly a dark night. And it led me to taking 3 months off because I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression from burnout. And it led me to my spiritual path. So sometimes our dark nights, actually all the time, our dark nights are our opportunity. It's our soul waking us up and asking us to live the life we were meant to live, not the life that we've chosen. And my work with women, what I've found is that many women live the life that they thought they were supposed to live, not the life that their soul longs for them. And sometimes it takes these dark nights to get us to wake up. And that's what my chapter is about, the journey to waking up that was spawned by a very dark night. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. So let's take a moment and breathe. Oh, beautiful. Just pause, let everything sink in, see if there's a gem, something you want to capture. Wonderful. And then we'll move to our next amazing co-author / amazing speaker. Welcome. Absolutely. So this is our passionate, fabulous Phyllis Flemings. Welcome to the center of the stage.
Thank you. My chapter is Rediscover Your Wings and Soar. And the thing is, sometimes we put our dreams on hold because we don't want to get too big, right? So we play small. We do well, but we play small. So I made the decision to come out of hiding and shine. So I'd like to share with you that you have everything right now that you need within you to make the contribution that you came here to make. And remember, only you can do that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. I've been appreciating Leslie's sparkles all day, the shine. It's fabulous.
Thank you.
So let's warmly welcome the amazing Leslie Ellis to the center of the stage. Ta-da!
Ta-da! So the name of my chapter is Let's Make Selling and Life Easier. So one of my favorite expressions is life is too short to be serious. But I find that when it comes to sales, people get really serious. And so what I like to tell my clients is selling is nothing more than having a conversation. Just like you would sit down and talk with your girlfriend, you sit down and you talk with a prospective client exactly the same way. And if you think of it that way, it becomes so much easier. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Welcome. So, this powerful reader who can bring so much information and connection to the world is also one of our amazing co-authors. So please warmly welcome the amazing Danielle Nistor to the center of the stage.
Thank you. So the title of my chapter is Stepping into Your Authentic Story, into Your Authentic Self. And I believe it is a journey. Because at some point, you are ready to discover what is your next level of you to reveal. And I invite you to truly do that and be patient and know then very soon another level will come. Because we are made of pure essence and we are here to shine, to be truly who we are, to weave together whatever is needed right now for this planet in order to flourish and to create peace, healing, and love. And if the story that you are telling yourself, mostly about yourself, is not the one that is truly empowering you, well, I invite you to change it. It's your right, and it is the time. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Midlife transitional coach, Nina Price, dynamic personality, touching the world in a really powerful, powerful way. So please warmly welcome the amazing Nina Price to the center of the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. Remember this, if you're over 40, your life is about change, and sometimes it's about grief and loss and all that stuff. And it's all about learning how to deal with that effectively. Last year, I turned 60. And many of the things that happened to everybody else I knew at an earlier age finally happened to me. There were days when I never left the house because I just couldn't deal with the rest of the world. Nothing big or catastrophic happened, just a bunch of small losses, which added up to one big, multifaceted loss. And I was feeling miserable. To cope, I went into escape mode. Without realizing it, I gave myself a timeout. I read more novels last year than I've read in my entire adult life. I was in hiding and I was loving it. My chapter is called Sometimes All a Girl Really Needs is a Timeout and a Chance to Push the Reset Button. What I realized as I wrote the chapter is I pulled myself out of my hiding and my place of whatever it was I was in last year by using the same methodology I use with my clients. Talk about walking your talk, and I hadn't even realized it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. So are you appreciating all the different personalities? We are. Yes, and we have stories we could share.
Or not share.
Or not share, as the case may be. But I hope you're enjoying the rich mixture of personalities and perspectives that are being brought to you today. So keep leaning into those gems that are going to be of support to you. So, my wonderful Kathleen Sims, we've had many adventures together, and when I first met her, I thought she was very serious. And I discovered I had a misunderstanding. So please enjoy the fabulous, dynamic, and fun Kathleen Sims.
Thank you. I thought it was, we went out one evening socializing, and that she came up and told me that. Oh my God, I thought you were serious, and I was just stunned. Now I know who you really are. I was 32, my daughter was 16. We were in the car driving home and screaming at each other. And she was screaming at me that she couldn't lose weight unless I did first. And she was very serious, and I was so angry at her. And I kept screaming back, you know, you do your thing, I'll do mine, leave me alone, I'm happy how I am. Well, the fight went on, went in the house, we argued for 2 hours, screaming. My husband got out of bed, wanted to know what the hell was going on. And what she kept screaming was, you are so powerful and you're hiding behind your weight. And I'm sick of it. And all I could say was, if you really loved me, you'd see past it. And we just kept doing that. And all of a sudden, there was a moment in the argument where I felt like my head split open. And I saw, I can't even tell you what I saw, but I was completely speechless. I got it to the core of my being, what she was saying, for the first time in my life. Like, oh my God, I could be powerful. And I lost 50 pounds in the next 8 weeks and began teaching personal power to women across the country. Changed my life, needless to say. I'm the first chapter, Divine Messages, and when I decided to be in the book, I couldn't figure out what to write about. That's only a piece. But I turned 73 this year, had so many stories, and I looked what was in common, and it was divine messages were in the midst of every breakthrough. So look for your divine messages, and they come in many forms, even a screaming daughter.
Thank you. Come on up. Hi. Welcome, all the way from Portland. Yes. Right. And we got to meet for the first time. I got to meet her heart through her chapter, which has just been such a rich experience. So it is my privilege and honor to introduce Katherine Johnson to you. Welcome to the center of the stage.
Thank you. Hi. So my name's Katherine, and my chapter is called Simple Sparks. And my story is about hiding in plain sight. The thing about hiding in plain sight is nobody knows you're hiding except you. Supporting women to align what they wear with who they are is like blowing on an ember. Creating a spark that ignites something bigger inside them, so they come alive and commit to their own greatness. It's never too late to show up in your life, to get connected to your true self, and to be confident in who you are. So may I give you a tip? one of the mistakes that people make, and I work with speakers, is they show up in a way for who they used to be. We've lived a lot of chapters, and so there's expectations about what other people thought you should be, or a role that you played. And to really be seen powerfully, you need to discover who you are now and make sure that everything about your presence is congruent and allows people to see you, not your clothes.
Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad to have you. Thank you. Hello again, my Sophie. Welcome again to the stage. She gives great hugs if anyone likes hugs. Love them, powerful. So let me have you come to the center of the stage. I would love to have you share a little bit about your amazing chapter. Welcome, Sophie Perkle, to the center of the stage.
My name is Sophie Perkle. My chapter is Be the Badass Leader of Your Own Life. It feels really good to read it from a book.
Bestseller.
Yes. The more I hide under my covers, the more capacity I have to shine. When I am not moving forward on something as fast as I want to, I ask myself, what part of me needs to move slower and be loved right now? Usually I am due for lounging in my bed. I don't need to transform the world. My presence alone is transformational. I've supported thousands of clients and their businesses with their families, world leaders, and even those in the entertainment industry as they've struggled with the fear of being seen. There is the fear that pops up even after many years of working through challenges. The voice of their father saying, "You're ripping people off," their mother saying, "You're too much," a former abuser seeing them online or on TV and knowing where to find them, or a mob of extremist believers blowing up their community and tribe. The fear is real. The fear needs to be honored. It can feel safe to shine as yourself.
And so you can see we have gentlemen in our book as well. So you get a very rich, diverse experience through our chapters. So let me introduce the amazing Jim Chong and have him take the center of the stage. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, my whole thing is all about gratitude, removing things that keep you from shining, but really letting gratitude propel you. So I said, if you are reading this, you have been blessed with yet another day, which should not be taken lightly. I'm so excited about the wonderful opportunities that have been given to me in this lifetime. You remember the timeless phrase that states, the past is history, the future is what will happen, and here and now is the present. Make sure you make the most of it and live it to the full. And I believe we're all called to really take advantage of every moment we have, because every breath we have, we're taking it from somebody else. So let's make it count. No compromise. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. So not only is he a radio show host of Funda, an amazing MC, he is also a multi-time best-selling author, including of our book. So please warmly welcome, as one of our amazing co-authors, Carl Bobo, to the center of the stage.
Thank you, Rebecca. Under the theme of Come Out of Hiding and Shine, the topic of my chapter is the talk that changed my life. And when I say the talk, it was literally an audible conversation, but it was with me. And when I was on a boat in North Carolina, I had a boat and I was just out fishing one day just for some relaxation, and I thought about my life and where I was at that moment and where I wanted to be. I'd gone to a lot of motivational speakers, events just like this. I've heard great speakers like Rebecca and Michael Ann and Phyllis and all of this, read great books, motivational books and all those things. But I came to the conclusion that all of those things won't do you any good until you take ownership of your own life. You have to make up your mind that, look, enough is enough, and if it is to be, it's up to me. And when I had that talk with myself, my heart became more malleable. And therefore, then when I would sit back and go back through some of those same books and same speeches, they were able to take root in my heart and do what they're intended to do. We're some great people in here. You all are doing some great things, but people have to take ownership of their own life so that the tools you provide can take root. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is my Brandy. Oh, and I'm getting messages too. But she is one of our amazing co-authors, and she is someone that's leading and holding this space behind the scenes for each of us so that we can be here and poured into. And I'm very grateful for you, your friendship, all that you do, and the work that you do, the blessing that she's included in this chapter. Brandy is really stepping forward and shine. Please warmly welcome Miss Brandy T. Jones to the stage.
The title of my chapter is Home Is. I am a military brat, so I never knew what home was going to be. So I'm going to read a little bit from this. The road I traveled was full of twists and turns. I learned that not living in a straight line from beginning to end is true for many of us, others on their path. Sharing our differences fills my heart with joy. Now I know that I am not alone. We are each on a journey to find our own center. Whatever roadblocks prevent us from finding our own homes, if we remember to go within, we'll never go without. Seek, and you shall find your community.
Thank you. Thank you. So did you enjoy meeting all of our amazing co-authors? Yes. Yes. Let's give them another round of applause. And I hope you found those gems to take with you to encourage you, and that you enjoyed our taste of their chapters, of their heart, and of their message. And I want to encourage you that perhaps you've had a seed planted within you to step forward in a new way. And I want you to honor that. Be willing to come out of hiding and shine. You are desperately needed in this world for such a time as this. I want to encourage you to lean in. Be willing to share the gift of who you are with the world. There's not another one of you in reserve if you don't fully show up. You are the gift. There's not a take two. This is not a dress rehearsal. What you decide to do in these 24 hours, how visible you decide to be, matters on a global scale as we touch life by life, heart by heart. So I hope you've been encouraged as you've heard the heartbeat of our authors. Thank you for celebrating with us. And we're going to transition to an amazing closing segment together. But let's take one more round of applause for amazing authors. Thank you for sharing the gift of you with each of us today. Are you a speaker looking to reach more people with your message? You have a global vision that you want to touch the world and make a global difference. If so, I have an amazing opportunity for you. It's called the Speaker Talent Search. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. You'll find all the details, but here are the highlights. With one application process, you get clarity on your message. You get to fine-tune how you want to reach the world. Then you'll have everything ready in one place for the opportunities when they come. Second, we select you as a finalist. You get to come in and audition with a 7-minute audition, open up the door to hundreds of speaking opportunities. I hope you lean in. I hope you say yes. We would love to hear your message. Help you touch the world powerfully. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your powerful message.